What is upskirting? The meaning and law explained after plans go ahead in Tory row. The campaign to criminalise upskirting is set to go ahead, despite a Tory MP sparking a furious row by blocking it in Parliament. There were cries of shame, as Sir Christopher Chope objected to the Voyeurism, Offences, bill, which would make it illegal for offenders to take a picture under someone's clothing without their consent. Now, after Tory MPs slammed their colleague, Theresa May has taken matters into her own hands by taking control of the bill, guaranteeing it will get through. Here are some of the key questions surrounding the issue. The cruel and invasive craze involves perpetrators using cameras to take images or video of victims' clothing without their consent to see their genitals or underwear. While the vast majority of known cases involve men targeting women, the roles sometimes can be reversed. The first available data on the prevalence of upskirting showed victims as young as 10 complaining to police. Currently, there is no specific law in place banning the practice. While Scotland has had its own law on upskirting for almost a decade, the law in England and Wales has not adapted to advances in technology. Currently, anyone in England and Wales who falls victim to the cruel craze can explore possible convictions for public disorder or indecency. Campaigners want a specific offence. Her lawyer, Ryan Whelan, said, "Decisions to prosecute rest with the authorities, not the victim." Under the current law, the man who upskirted Gina could have potentially been prosecuted for outraging public decency. The problem is that prosecuting upskirters for outraging public decency is not appropriate. There are two primary reasons for this. First, the offense of outraging public decency does not apply in all instances of upskirting. This means that women are not protected in all circumstances. Second, the offense of outraging public decency is inappropriate as it fails to reflect the sexual nature of the offense and/or the fact that the harm is caused to the individual, rather than the public. These positions are not controversial. Leading authorities in the field agree with my client. Upskirting is a gap in the law and the only way to solve it is by legislation. The new law would bring the punishment for upskirting in line with other existing voyeurism offences, and the changes will see offenders face a maximum of 2 years in prison. It would also allow this intrusive behavior to be treated as a sexual offense and, with government amendments, ensure that the most serious offenders are made subject to notification requirements, commonly referred to as the Sex Offenders Register. There will be a threshold, meaning those who commit the more serious offenses, especially those designed to cause alarm, distress or humiliation, are dealt with more seriously. The government stated its support for making upskirting a specific criminal offence hours before a Lib Dem MP Voyeurism House's private members' bill. It was the crucial backing campaigners, including upskirting victim Gina Martin, 26, and her legion of famous supporters, were hoping for after months of meetings with the Ministry of Justice to thrash out terms for suitable legislation. High-profile public figures, such as television presenters Holly Willoughby, Dermot O'Leary and Laura Whitmore, have also been open about their support for the campaign. The bill was scuppered by veteran Christchurch MP Sir Christopher. An archaic quirk of Commons rules means MPs are prevented from voting on a bill on a Friday if the debate goes on past 2:30 p.m. After that deadline, there is an opportunity for bills to be waived through the initial debate stage without a vote, as long as nobody in the chamber voices an objection. Every bill on today's order paper was either not moved, or blocked by an objection and delayed until July 6, when they will be sent to the bottom of the list of bills to be debated. The ban on upskirting is set to become law after Theresa May took matters into her own hands. That's because original ban will be adopted as a government bill, which makes it impossible for one angry MP to block, Downing Street has announced. The bill is expected to be introduced to Parliament on Thursday, 21 June. No 10 said the bill will hopefully get its second reading, the first hurdle on the road to becoming law, before MPs go on their summer holiday next month. With wide cross-party and government support, there is now no obvious reason why it will not progress to become law. Yes. Justice Minister Lucy Fraser said the government's legislation to ban upskirting will also protect men. When asked by Labour's Emma Hardy, Hull West and Hessel, if women subjected to upskirting would be granted anonymity in any criminal case, the minister replied, "I should point out that this legislation, whilst it will largely protect women, is not solely against women. This is about photographing up people's clothes, and it can apply to men as well as to women, and also protect children. That is what this legislation is seeking to do."